Good evening, everyone. Thank you so much for clicking on the video. It's your girl, Bama Girl. And oh, yes, there is definitely a God, and He does sit high and look low. So, listen, guys, today we got the best news of the week, the Rodney Reid case. Listen, y'all, the Texas Court of Criminal Appeals issued a ruling blocking the execution. Oh, yes, they did. Now, oh, and another fun fact, you know how hard Kim Kardashian was going for him? Well, that wasn't good enough for her because Miss Kardashian West married her way to Texas. And she went and visited with him and talked to him about, the case and everything that was going on. I read about that over there on TMZ, so you all go over there and check that out. But what happened was, and this governor, what's this guy's name? Greg Abbott. Now, I got to researching Mr. Greg Abbott and just looking at the images of him, it kind of speaks early onset to me. I don't think that his advisors are willing to venture out and speak on his health condition and all of that, but I'm seeing something different. And maybe he wasn't in a mental place to where he could even make a decision that was going to affect Mr. Reid. I'm thinking he held out because he wanted the Court of Appeals to go over him and make a decision on their own. Which, if that's the case, okay, I get it. Either way it goes, I'm so happy for him. All I can say from this day forward until it comes to an end, free Rodney Reid. Now, what happened was they are trying to see if they can't get it stay for another 120 days, which would be amazing because that would still give his representation and we the people time to further continue to sign the petition, continue to rally around him, to continue to rally around this case so that he's not just lost in the wind. Oftentimes these situations start out really well, and this has started out, really well, and it caught a lot of smoke after everybody got involved, after all the celebrities got involved, and so that was a good thing. But what we don't want to do, we don't want to lose sight of the end game, which is freeing Rodney Reid. Now, another thing is, now we all know that if he's exonerated and found to be not guilty, the Texas taxes are going to go through the roof because I know he's going to sue their socks off, and with good reason. With good reason, because a lot of the evidence that they have now, some of it they had then. All of the witnesses that they did not call for him, to defend him and to talk about his character and all of that, and talk about the fact that they knew about the relationship that he and Stacey had. See, none of that was brought up in his first trial, because his attorneys felt like their testimony would do more harm than good, which, how could that be? You understand what I'm saying? Then keeping up the fact that her ex fiance had even told her that if she did not call off the relationship between her and Rodney, that he would kill her. See, none of these things were brought out during the trial. But here now, if they grant him a new trial, it's going to have to be brought about. No one could sleep, and have a good sound sleep knowing that they had they executed him. Had they, I mean, how do you sleep at night? A lot of these people have been sleeping well for 20 plus years knowing that he was sitting up there on death row. Honey, out of sight, out of mind. Out of sight, out of mind. But the closer we got to the execution date, and all of the publicity, sorry, all of the publicity that came along with the case, they had to say, hey, wait a minute, look, we might need to rethink this thing, you know? And he's been trying for years and years and years and years to get to this point. But, it wasn't until, the execution date became closer and closer. And then with all of the media and all of the celebrities that have come out and spoken out for him, it has still been just submitting appeals, that were being unheard. So we're going to keep our eye on what's going on. And as far as the appeals process goes, we're going to see how that goes. I hope everything works out in his favor. But today is a definite win. Okay, guys, thank you so much. If you have not, please like, share, and subscribe to the YouTube channel. And I'll see you in the next video.